afternoon and welcome to BBC Two, where our programmes begin with Sunday Grandstand, introduced by Desmond Lynham.
Hello, good afternoon of summer sport coming up with the climax to the Benson and Hedges golf tournament, athletics and cricket. And the cricket news of the day so far is that England have made changes for the final test against Australia. Paul Parker, the Sussex batsman, wins his first cap, and back to the side comes Wayne Larkins of Northants. Out go David Gower and Graham Gooch. Paul Allott keeps his place. So the full team as you see it there: Brearley, Boycott, Larkins, Tavares, Parker, Gatting, Botham, Knott, Embury, Old, Willis and Allott. And the match begins at the Oval on Thursday. Well, in golf, it's the final round of the £90,000 Benson and Hedges golf tournament at Fulford this afternoon. There's been some remarkably low scoring so far, and yesterday there was that wonderful moment when Bernard Langer was forced up into the branches and subsequently forced to use his tree iron. Well, the overnight leader is Ireland's Eamon Darcy, and waiting for us at the course is Harry Carpenter.
Well, you're right, Des. It has been an extraordinary tournament, and that's reflected in the crowds here today at Fulford. Many, many thousands of people have turned out to see this final round and hoping to see some of those similar exploits to those you've just been mentioning. Why don't we just remind ourselves of that particular incident with Langer yesterday up the tree at the 17th, in the ash tree by the 17th green. Had a job getting up there. He's some 15 feet above the ground. Took his pitching wedge, and that isn't easy in the fork of a tree. Knocked it gently out onto the green. It rolled about 10 yards past the pin, and he took two putts, and he got his par 4. Simple as that, but one of the most extraordinary shots ever seen in a major championship. Now also, of course, another of the leading contenders, Tom Weiskopf, the American. He played a most extraordinary shot yet at the 13th. Let's have a look at this. He's in the light rough. This is his second shot with a long iron to the 13th. Now just watch the way this goes. It's fairly scampering along and looks for all the world as though it might go right through the green. And now watch this. How about that? Scuttled into the hole. Couldn't be simpler. What a very simple game it all is. Well, the leaders are just about to begin their final rounds, and of course you'll be seeing the leaders going out very shortly in Sunday Grandstand. Let me now remind you of the overnight leaderboard, and here it is with Eamon Darcy leading by one stroke from Tom Weiskopf, with Langer, the German, in third place. Baldovino Dassu, the young Italian, has equalled the course record here today already with a 63. Antonio Garrido has had a 64. John O'Leary a 67. So already they're beginning to return some very good scores.
Well, they'll be trying to stay out of the trees this afternoon, but I hope you'll stay with us for the golf. This evening, the Ryder Cup team to face the Americans at Walton Heath will be announced, and obviously today's result there at Fulford will have a vital effect on that. Frequent visits to Fulford throughout the afternoon, and an extended visit between 4 o'clock and 5:30 for the climax to that tournament. Well, from Birmingham, there's action from the second day of the Inter-Counties Athletics Championships. Amongst those taking part, Olympic medalist Gary Oakes in the 400 metres hurdles. Ron Pickering looks ahead to the afternoon.
Well, Alexander Park here in Perrybar, Birmingham, is the home of the famous Birchfield Harriers and stages this year's British Meet Inter-Counties Athletic Championships, which have been dominated in the past by Surrey and Middlesex over these past 20 years. And this year will be no exception, for Middlesex already lead, and they have in their team this afternoon Daley Thompson in the pole vault, Mark Naylor in the high jump, Gary Oakes 400 metres hurdles, Julian Goat in the 5,000 metres, and look very strong. Daley already in action with the bar at 4 metres 60. So that's looking good. The weather absolutely ideal, less wind than there was yesterday. We had some good events yesterday, and in addition to the Inter-Counties Championship, there is a fine invitation women's 800 metres, which includes internationals Joe White and Janet Marlowe. So we here at Perrybar in Birmingham are expecting some very fine athletics during the afternoon.
First action from there around about 3:20. Well, in cricket, the Sunday League is as tight as it can possibly be as we approach the last few weeks of the season. At the moment, Essex lead Derbyshire, but only on superior run rate. And our match today is the game at Chesterfield between Derbyshire and Yorkshire, who are still in with a chance of the title themselves. Waiting for us at Chesterfield is Peter Walker.
Where we're about to start the second over. Mike Hendrick is the bowler and Kevin Sharp the Yorkshire batsman. Yorkshire winning the toss, deciding to bat, and have scored 3 off the first over, and that's another single down to Paul.
Both